Good morning, everyone. I hope you are able to hear me. Can someone confirm if you are able to hear me, please?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thanks. So let me share my screen. Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
So before getting started, we are learning about the Java 9 features. So do we have anyone who joined today newly for first class? Anyone? Palani Kumar, are you? Is this your first class? Nirmale, Mali, Palani Kumar, and then Nirmale. Yeah, fine. Okay. So this is about. So in this class, we are going to learn about the Java 9 and 11 features. So this is the third demo class. We have completed around 2 demo classes which is on the Friday and Saturday. So on 30th September and 1st Saturday, we have completed the 2 demo classes. This is the third demo class, which is the last demo class. So in this course, we are going to learn about the Java 9 and 11. So what are the new changes that are introduced in Java 9 and what are the new changes that are introduced in Java 11? So those things we are going to learn. So today, post the class, whatever the email ID that you have provided, you are going to get an email from the Ashok IT. And in that email, you can see the link for the last 2 classes. So what we have started and what we have discussed. So you can go through those videos. And if you would like to be part of this course, so initially, like, this is a Java 8, 9, 11 class. So we have completed Java 8 3 to 4 days back. So if you wanted to know the Java 8, 9, 11 together, you can enroll for this course and you can get the videos backup as well. Every day you can watch those videos. So Java 8, the class has taken around 10 to 12 days. You will get all of those videos. You can walk through the videos and the video access will be there for 3 months. You can watch any number of times and you can ask the questions in the class if you have any doubts, if you would like to be enrolled for it. Okay. So the fee for this Java 8, 9, 11 would be 4,000. Only for Java 9 and 11, if you would like to be enrolling, then the fee would be 2,500. And the class timing is every day morning 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. And the duration for Java 9 and 11 would be maximum of 15 to 20 days. Every day 1.5 hour session will be there. And if you would like to know what we are going to discuss under the Java 9 and Java 11, so on my screen, you can see at a high level, these are the features that we are going to discuss. All these features we are going to discuss through programming. Okay. Now, since you are not there and today is the first class, I request you to please go through the previous 2 classes videos that you are going to get on your email. So then you can understand further. But again, like, I will be continuing or I will be explaining what we have discussed in the previous classes in a couple of minutes. But this is at a high level for you. Do you have any questions, Palani? Or is it clear? Should I repeat anything? Or the one who joined newly? Any questions? Yeah. So let's continue. So in the previous classes, there is a feature called JShell. So JShell is a feature that is introduced in Java 9. Now the question comes, can someone tell me what is a JShell?
The REPL tool.
Yeah. So what is the meaning of REPL tool? JShell is called as a REPL tool. REPL is nothing but REPL. So what is the meaning of REPL?
Read, evaluate, perform, look.
Yeah. Or print, like anything. Okay. Now, how can I open the JShell?
Command prompt.
Just write JShell.
So go to the command prompt and then we need to type JSHELL. So if the Java 9 is not installed, so the maximum version that is installed in your machine is Java 8. So can I open the JShell now?
No,
my
no.
so the
Java
minimum
9
version,
or more than that.
the minimum version to open the J shell is Java 9 or any version which is later Java 9. That means like you can install Java 10, 17, 18, which is also fine. At least Java 9 also should be fine. So in order to open the J shell, the version from Java 9 onward, the J shell has been introduced. So you need to have the minimum version as a J shell, Java 9. Now, what is the advantage of a J shell?
Without
No need
creating
to
any class and method, without having any ID, we can execute our program with a simple code and command prompt.
Yeah. So generally,
Code
if I want
snippets.
to, yeah. So it's a developer friendly. It will be used for the developer, correct? Now, generally, if I want to execute a program, hello world, what do we need to do? Public. I need to create a class like this, public class test, and then public static void main string array. Okay. And then I will write the system.out.println. That is how I will write the code, correct? So once this code is done, what I should do? I have to save this file with a class name.java, test.java, and then compile the test class and then run the test class. So this is how I will execute the Java program, right? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah. So now, for example, if this is the case, then you need to create a class, you need to create a main method, save the program with a .java extension, compile the program and run the program. But using the J shell, you don't need to do all of this. I just wanted to print system.hello world, right? System.println hello world. So I'll just write, so the statement that is going to here, system.out.println. Just write hello world. Hello world. So let's run the program. See, I'm able to see hello world. So here, whenever I'm using the J shell, did I write the main method? Did I write the class? Did I compile the class? Did I execute the program? Did I do any of those steps?
No, sir.
No, it is, I just have executed the program, right? I have not done anything, correct? So that is the advantage of a J shell. So whenever you have a code snippet, in order to, for a developer to execute it, generally you will write a standalone program and execute. Now, with the introduction of a J shell, you don't need to write a class at all. Whatever the logic you want to execute, you can execute. If you want to create a method, you can create. If you want to create an interface, you can create anything you want to do. Okay. So now in the last class, we looked at some of the terminologies of a J shell. So there are some terminologies like in the J shell, like in the core Java, like in the Java, we have variables, OOP principles, something like that, right? So there are some terminologies in the J shell also. So the first terminology that is called snippet. Can someone tell me what is a snippet?
Valid Java statement.
Any Java statement that you write in this window, in the J shell window, is called as a snippet. That means any valid Java statement is called as a snippet. Now system.out.println, can I call that as a snippet? It's a Java statement, right? The Java code that you write. Int I equal to 10. Can I call this as a snippet? Yes, any Java code. So even if I am writing a method, public void add. So this is a method. So can I write this method? Yes. I'm putting int x equal to 10. Done. So close bracket. So see, this is also called like this method. I have declared the method. Now, if I want to call this method, I can call this method. So every Java statement in J shell is called as a snippet. Okay. Now, how can I see all the snippets present in the J shell?
Slash list.
So slash list is a command to see all the snippets. Look at here. I have created system.out.println int I equal to 10 and add method, and I call the add method. Now, if I enter this one, see, these are the 4 Java statements I have written. So each and every Java statement is nothing but a snippet. How can I see all the snippets present in the J shell? Slash list command. Slash list command will be used to list all the J shell snippets. Okay. Now, what is not allowed in the J shell?
Package.
Package name.
Yeah, packaged. See, whenever you are writing this kind of a code, for example, can I create a list? So if you are using the list object in the code, what import you will do? If I have to write this,
Java.util.
yeah.
Java.util package.
If I have to do this, then what I will do? Import java.util.star. That's code I have to write. I have to import that java.util package. But here, am I importing? No, cannot find symbol integer. So the spelling mistake, correct? integer. Let me remove this. So that means it is compiling also, correct? Yeah. See, array list has been created, but did I do the import statement? No. By default, JShell will use all the statements. Now, there is one statement that you cannot write in the JShell is called package statement, com.ashokit. So this is how you can create a package, right? See, illegal start of expression. That means one statement that you cannot write in the JShell is a package statement. Okay. Now we wanted to know what are all the imports that are used by the JShell. So here, because whenever I'm creating a list object, I have not imported the java.util package, but it has provided by JShell automatically. If I want to know what are the import statements that are used by JShell, you need to use a command called /list-all. See, these are all the packages that are internally used by the JShell. Okay. Now, can I create an interface in the JShell?
Yes, sir.
Can I create a class in the JShell? Because those are also valid Java statements. Yes, you can create. Look at public interface display. The close method. So it's a marker interface. It does not have any abstract methods. So I am able to create an interface. That means these are also called as this one. Now we know snippet is nothing but a valid Java statement. Can someone tell me what is a scratch variable? What is a scratch variable?
The variable which is created by JShell.
Yeah.
Automatic.
So the variable which is created by JShell is called as a scratch variable. System.out.println 10 plus 20. It is printing 30. Now, for example, now I will do just 10 plus 20. So 10 plus 20 will be performed and the result should be stored in somewhere, correct? So here, see, this is a variable. $8 is called as a variable. So who has created this $8? Did I create? See, if I create a variable here, int I equal to 10. I can say that I is a variable created by the developer. This variable is created by Karthik. But can I say that this $8 is created by me? Is it created by me?
No, by JShell.
Yeah, it has created by JShell. So now a variable that is created by JShell is called as a scratch variable. A variable that is created by JShell is called as a scratch variable. Now, generally, if I want to do system.out.println of I can do it, correct? System.out.println of I. So I is nothing but what? Here I equal to 10. So let me do what is the output. See, it is printing 10. Similarly, system.out.println, what is the scratch variable here? $8. So let us do $8. See, it will print the output. That means a variable that is created by the JShell is called as a scratch variable or implicit variable. What is the explicit variable?
Which is created by JShell.
Explicit
created by
variable is nothing but
developer.
created by the developer, correct? This I and X, these are the explicit variables. Okay. Now, how can I drop the snippet? No, I don't want this I equal to 10. I want to drop this one. In Java code, what do? You will put a 2/ or comment it. But in JShell, we cannot comment it. So how can I drop a snippet? Or how can I drop a Java statement?
Using snippet ID or name.
So we have to use a command called /drop, correct? /drop followed by the snippet ID. So here, whenever you do list-all or list, it is giving you S1, S2, S3, S9, S10, and 1, 2, 3, 4, E1, E2. So these are called as this S1 to S10, 1, 2, 3, 4, E1, E2. These are called as snippet ID. Okay. So in order to drop a snippet, you need to use a command called /drop followed by the snippet ID. I want to drop this one statement. So what I will do, E2. E2 is the snippet ID, done. Okay, it is not accepting. Okay, let me do, I want to drop this one. What is the snippet ID for this? 2. Let me enter 2. See, dropped variable I. So whenever I mention that this variable is dropped. Now, in order to see whether it is dropped or not, you need to enter /list. See, are you able to see that I variable here? No longer it is available. Now I want to drop this snippet 10 plus 20. I will do drop followed by 8. For this 10 plus 20, the snippet ID is 8, done. Okay. Now I want to drop this interface. Now what I can do, /drop followed by the snippet ID. That is one way, or another way you can put a this one. What is the interface name? Display. Just put the name, see, dropped interface. So it will search with this display. Is it an interface? Is it a method or is it a class? It will drop it accordingly. Now I want to delete this method. Now what I will do, /drop followed by snippet ID you can do, or you can do method name, add. You don't need to specify whether it's a method or something. Just mention the name. It can be a variable, it can be a method, it can be an interface, it can be a class. See, add method. Now /list. See, so this is how, what you can do. You can create a statement, you can create a scratch variable, you can create a snippet, you can drop a snippet. Now, I want to know what all the variables created by JShell, what all the different variables I created. So what is the command I should use?
/vars.
If I want to see all the variables, then /vars will give you all the variables. Look at here. If I want to see all the methods, /methods.
method.
So currently I do not have any method, so it is not giving anything. Now let us do int x equal to 10. Similarly, string x equal to high. If I do the same thing in the normal Java code, what happens? It will get a compilation error, right? Duplicate variable. But if I do in the same thing in the JShell, what happens? Previous value will be overridden by the current value. That means previous x is an integer data type that will become an inactive, and then the latest x will be a string, and the value of that string x is high. So look at here, x equal to I. Now let me do the system.out.println. Yeah, system.out.println x. Let's see what is that. If I get high means I can say that it is overridden. Look at here, I am getting the output high. So that means it is not only for a variable. Can I have the method name and the interface name same?
Same, it will be over.
Yes, we can create it, right? So if we do that, what happens if you in the JShell, if you create a method name with a add, and if you create an interface with a name add, then method will be overridden by the interface. So that means whatever the latest is there, it doesn't matter whether it can be a variable or it can be a interface or it can be a class. Whenever you are using the same name, previous one will be overridden by the current one. Okay, now this is good, but sometimes you may feel that writing the code here, it is little typical. So in order to get a editor, what you need to do, you use a command called /edit. If you use a /edit, see this kind of a window will come. You can write the code whatever you want, you can copy paste it, and then you can click on accept. Okay, and then click on edit, it will go back to the JShell. Okay, so this is what we have learned in the previous class, right? Does anyone has any questions? Yes, Srivalli, in real time means like, see this, what is the purpose of this JShell? You are executing your code. So in real time means, for example, you are writing a code, your work setup is not ready. So that means when I say your work setup is not ready, you have some compilation issues in your Eclipse. You're not able to start the server, but you are writing some code. You need to test that code whether it will work or not. Some sorting logic or something you are writing. So what you will do generally, you take that code and then put it in the main. You create a class, standalone class. You create a main method and you put that code in there, and then you will run the program and see whether your logic is working or whether it has any null pointer exceptions or array index of out-of-bound exceptions. Those are the things that you can check it. So similarly, now with the JShell, what you can do, you don't need to create a class, you don't need to create a main method. Whatever the code that you have created, you can put it in the J shell and then execute it. So that means it is easy for the developer. You don't need to have a workspace also, nothing. You don't need to open the Eclipse. You don't need to save the file. You don't need to compile the file. Just open the J shell, whatever the code that you have written, put it inside a method or standalone statements, and then you can execute it and say that it is working. So that is the advantage of a J shell. Hope you understand, Srivalli.
Yes, sir.
Does anyone has any doubts? The one who joined newly today. So this is what we have discussed in the past 2 classes. So I have just given the overall high level overview. But if you want the detailed explanation, I request you to please go through the previous videos. That previous videos you are going to get in your email. Swati, Ramya, is this your first class?
No, sir.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Thank you.
So yeah, Palani, it is not, see, when I won't say that it's a new project. Any code, any Java code you want to test it, this you can use a J shell. See, it does not matter. Like, see here, when you say new project, inside a project you have a package, everything. But am I creating any package name? Am I creating any folder name? Nothing. I'm just making, so this J shell is used to test your standalone code. Whenever you want to execute some program, generally what do? You will create a class and main method and execute it. But all of those things are also not needed. So it is a developer friendly, nothing new. Okay. Any questions, anyone so far?
Yes, actually, your understanding my question is wrong. Actually, for example, I am going to develop on building applications. This JSL will help to me.
No.
Then why they introduce for JSONs? What is the purpose?
No, that
Just
is
a
what I am
single-
telling you, right?
Right,
JShell is
right.
for a
I
developer
didn't-
friendly.
I didn't complete it. I didn't complete my question. Actually, JSL is only for single line code we can able to execute it. Correct? Single line or maximum 2 or 3 lines can.
Who said?
easily-
Who said? Did I say that 2 lines or 3 lines?
No, for example purpose, I'm telling to you. Correct? Can we execute any underlines of code? Can able to
Yes.
type underlines of codes? Is possible?
Yes. Let me write. See, add method. Inside a method, I can write 1 line, 2 line, 10 lines, 100 lines, right? So look at here. I just have created a public void add method. So inside this one, let me do int x equal to 10 or whatever the logic you want to put. You put this and then close the end brace. Whenever you write the end brace, then only it can treat that the method is declaration is completed. And then see, created a method. Now, how can you call this method? By calling the statement. If you want to edit it, go here and then go to the last line. So you can even edit the code also. See, I want to write
But
system
development purpose, it is not helps to correct.
See, okay.
Developing a project, for example, developing a project, I have around 100 classes, or maybe it's I'm having 200 classes. At the time, this JShell will help to us.
JShell is not for that purpose. JShell is for the developer friendly, which you wanted to do it is not a project creation, etc. It is to execute to test your code. Whatever you're doing in the standalone Java application, that you can do with the JShell.
Standalone applications means what? For example,
Standalone application means any program which has a main method. Can you execute? See, in core Java, what do? How can you execute a core Java program?
Yeah, without the main method, we can't be able to execute.
Yeah. So whatever you are able to do, that is called a standalone application. Okay. So when you should have a main method, from the main method, you need to compile and then run the program. So the main execution starts from the main method, and whatever the code that you have written, that will execute, right?
Yeah,
Same, all of those code you can write and then execute.
Can able to create one calendar calculator applications here? Is possible?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. See, for calendar application, where do you write a code? Some logic would be there. For example, you are writing a method called calendar, and inside that calendar method, you will write
calculator.
Yeah, or whatever it is, calculator, calendar, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So in the calendar method, you will write the code, correct? And
Yes.
that method will be called from the main method, right?
Yeah, but it contains a different classes, correct?
Anything. That is what. See, instead of creating, see, why are you creating a different classes? It is for the user-friendly purpose only, right?
Yeah,
Can't
but
you write the see?
here we cannot able
Let
to
me
create,
complete.
correct?
That is what you don't need the all of those. See, whenever you are creating a different classes, so what you are doing, whatever the other class method you wanted to call, instead of putting that code here, you are making it as a modularization, correct? Now here what you can do is you don't need to do you're not even creating a class. Correct? If you want, you can create a class as well, not a problem. You can call that, you can create an object of that class and you can call that as well. That is also possible. Let me create a class, public class ABC. See, am I able to create a class? See, created a class. Hope your question is clarified.
I will check and let you know.
Yeah, sure. So this is what we have discussed in the previous sessions. Yeah, whoever is not speaking, please go on mute. Okay. Now, so coming to the next topic. So we are going to learn now what are the interface changes that are happened in the Java 9. Can someone tell me what are the interface changes that are happened in the Java 8?
Static methods, default methods.
Have been introduced, correct?
Yes.
Now, similarly in the Java 9 interface, we can write a what you call private methods. Okay, let me create a Java 9 project. So Java project. So whenever you want to create Java 9, so let me write Java 9 features. Now here the execution environment, I can select it as minimum of, I want to learn Java 9. So my execution environment should be 9 or anything greater than 9. Okay, it should be installed on your machine and you can select the runtime environment accordingly. So now whenever you click on this one next and click on finish, so it will ask you one thing called, see here, this module name, create module-info.java. So why this window is coming? Because from Java 9 onwards, Java has become the modularized. So before Java 8, you don't see this. Before Java 9, you don't see this window. Automatically, whenever you click on finish, the project will come. Okay. But here you can see one more extra dialog box is coming and it is asking you to create a module name. Okay. By default, whatever the project name that you can give is the module name, or you want, you can change it. So why we are using this one? If you remember the previous class, so from Java 9 onwards, the Java has become the modularized. So what is the modularized? So in the Java 8, we have a rt.jar file. So from Java 9 onwards, there is no rt.jar file. So entire the classes, that means in the rt.jar, I have so many packages and so many classes, around 5,400 classes are there. Those have been modularized. That means this Java 9 onwards, entire rt.jar has been modularized into 98 modules. Correct? So I'll come to that modularization with in the upcoming classes. So that means only the change that you are going to see whenever you create a Java 9 project is the system will ask you to create a module. So you need to provide the module name. This module name can be anything. By default, automatically it will take the project name. Now here, if I look at, if you look at here, Java system library, JRE system library, here, see earlier I used to have the rt.jar, but I don't have the rt.jar now. Look at here, java.base, java.compiler. These are the modules. In the java.base, you get here, there is no java.lang, IO package, lang package. These are the packages are available. In the rt.jar, you can see all the packages like java.rmi, etc. But here the RMI has been changed into another module. Look at here, java.rmi. That means, so total 98 modules have been divided, like the rt.jar has been divided into 98 modules in Java 9. Okay, so don't worry about this much because we have a separate session for this module, how to create a module, what is a module, what is the advantages of a module, everything we are going to see by creating multiple projects. Okay, for time being, we are trying to learn what are the interface changes that are happened in the Java 9. Now let me create a package. com.ashokit.interface changes. So I just created a package and then I'm creating an interface now. I'm creating an interface called display. So now here, whenever I create a display interface, so if let me go here, and then this is earlier is a Java 8 project, right? So let me take some interface. This is a interface, yeah. In this interface, test interface, let me write one private method. Private void show. I'm writing some private method. Am I getting a compilation issue? Yes, no? Whenever I write a private method in the Java 8 interface, I'm getting a compilation issue, right? You can see here. What it is telling, illegal modifier for the interface method show only public, abstract, default, static, and strcpy are allowed. That means the private is not an access modifier that it can allow. That means in Java 8, there is no provision to add the private methods. This is not introduced. That means it is not available. Now, let me write the same thing in the Java 9 interface. This is a display interface. Let me write private void show. Am I getting any compilation error? Are you guys able to hear me?
Yes, sir. No error.
Yeah, there is no error. So the reason behind this one is, so this is a new introduction that happened to the interface in the Java 9. So in Java 9 interface allows, Java 9 interface allows the developer to write private methods in the interface. Okay, now don't worry about that, why it is needed and all, we are going to see that. Okay, but the basic feature is in the Java 9, what are the changes that are happened to the Java 9 interface? In interface, you can write by default, you can write default method, default void display. Okay, add. Okay, I'm just putting a default method, one default method. Okay, now let me write one static method. This is another static method. Let me write abstract method. So that means, say I'm able to write abstract method, I'm able to write a static method, I'm able to write a default method, and the new thing that happened is I'm able to write a private method also. Okay, done. Now, what is the use of this private method? So private methods in the interface will provide the code reusability. Okay, so the advantage of having the private methods in the Java 9 interface is it will provide the reusability. Now let us see how it will provide. Now, for example, I have a default void add method. Inside this, I am writing some code. Let us write, let us take that I am just performing int c equal to 10 plus 20. Some code, or else try something. Some code I'm writing. It can be anything. I'm writing try catch, and then I'm writing some system.out.println c value is. So this is a code. So this code can be anything. So I just for time being, I have written this one. Okay. So this code can be anything. Now assume that I have written this is a code. Now can I have more than one default method in an interface?
Yes.
Yes. Let me copy this. Now let me create one more add one method. Okay. Now if I add one method. So assume that in the second method also I want to have the same logic, but extra logic also I want to do. I'm writing another code, something try catch or something. Okay. Here I wanted to do some database connection, DB connection. Okay. That means what is the common for, if you look at the add method or add one method, what is common? Can I say this code is common? Here, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. But in the add one, apart from the code, you also have some code for the database connection. You are writing something, correct? Example. So now that means if this is a functionality, Now, what you generally do, sir, why are you creating this one? And so this code is getting copied in two places. So what we do in the Java, we cut this code and put it into a separate method, correct? Let me create default void duplicate code. I created a method called duplicate code. I put it here. And then can I call this method in both the places? Can I call this or not? Can I do this? So in this way, am I reusing it? So whatever the code that I have written in the duplicate code, am I writing it twice or only once? I'm writing the method that whatever the reusability code I'm writing once, and I'm reusing that into the different methods. Yes or no? Guys, are you able to hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Fair copy.
So yeah. So now the thing is like you are reusing it. The problem is here. So now what is this duplicate code? What kind of a method is this? It's a currently I have written a default method. Now can you override this default method in the class? So that means the reusability. See, the advantage of a private method is to have the code reusability. That is fine. Even without private methods, so here duplicate code is a default method. With a default method also, I am able to achieve the reusability. Just now I have proved it. But the problem here is whenever you are writing a display a default method in an interface, can that be overridden in a class? Can you override a default method of an interface?
Yes.
So whenever you override it, will this logic be executed or whatever the overridden logic will be executed?
The overridden logic will be executed.
That means if I have this code, some developer can override it and he can bypass this logic, correct?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, that means it is, so you, if as long as you are not overriding it, it will work. But whenever you're providing it, you cannot restrict the developer not to override it, right? It's because it's his opinion, it's code, like way of writing the code. He can override it. Once he override it, whatever the logic he has written, that will be overridden. That means this is not the right way, correct? Though you can get the reusability using the default method, but default methods present in an interface can be overridden. So that's the reason that is not the best option to do the reusability. Now, instead of this one, let me create, I have a private method, right? So I assume that I have created a private method. Okay. Now, whatever the code I want to write, whatever the code I have written in this duplicate method, now I'll write it into the private method. Now let me cut this and then comment this one. Okay. Now put this in the private method now, and then change the private method name it to duplicate code. Now, so now where is my duplicate code is present? Is it in a default method or private method? Private method, correct? Now, can you override a private method? It doesn't matter whether it can be in a class or it can be in an interface, anything. Can you override anything which is having a private access modifier?
No.
Or can you access the private method outside of the, see, for example, in a class, I have a private method. Can I access outside of a class?
No, no.
Can I, if I have a private constructor, can I create an object outside of a class?
No.
That means anything that is called private, the accessibility is within the limit only. If it is a class, within the class you can access it. Now here, now can someone, if so, that means in order to, so I wanted to get the reusability. Now am I able to get the reusability or not by writing a private method? Yes. Now, but this duplicate code, can anyone override it? Can anyone override this duplicate code method?
No, sir.
No, it is not possible because it's a private. That means this no one can access this method also, correct? See, for example, how to access the default method of an interface? See, yeah. So for example, if I'm creating a class called, let me create a class called test. Okay, I'm creating a class called test. Now this display is an interface. Now in this display interface, what are the default method is there? Add one. and then there is another method called add. Now, if I want to access that add method and add one method, what should I do? I cannot access it from the main method, correct? Because main is a static. Okay, just creating one method. Now, if I want to access the interface methods, what is the signature for the accessing the interface methods?
This name
Default
dot
methods.
super
Interface name dot
keyword.
super dot default method name, correct? Guys, are you able to remember this one, core Java 8? Yes, no?
Yes, Karthik. Yes, yes.
Yeah, display.
Yes,
So
sir.
interface name is display. Super keyword, super dot. What is the abstract method name?
Display.
So
Add, correct? Okay, I need to implement it. Implements display. Okay, now display dot super dot, look at here. It will show you all the add method. See, it is showing add method, add one method. Okay, now I am calling. How to call the static method present in an interface?
interface name dot
Interface
that
name
method
dot that method name.
Okay, interface name dot, see, null is a static method now. So now I'm able to call this default method. I'm able to call the static method. Now, can I override this add method? See, I'm
No.
overriding. See, I'm overriding the add method, which is present in the interface. Okay. Now let me remove this one. I'll write the code. Similarly, can I override the add one method? Yes, I can override it, correct? So that means I'm able to override the default methods. So can I override the static method?
No.
No, we cannot
already
override.
redefined.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a redefinition. Okay. Now here, now apart from all of this, in the display method, sorry, display interface, what else you have? You have a private method called duplicate code, correct? Now let us see whether I can access this method or not. So if I do the interface name, display dot private method, am I able to access it? See, the method duplicate from the type display is not visible. Not visible means what is the meaning? See, if you're so that means let us create in this class, let me create one private method. Private void check. I'm just creating, okay. Can someone tell me any method name? Subtract. So I'm just creating one private method in this class. Okay. Now let me create a separate class. I'm creating another class called test2. Okay. In the test2, let me create a main method. And then I'm creating a test1 object, test t equal to new test. I created a object, done. Now t dot subtract. Am I able to see that method? Look at here. Let me copy this method. Subtract and then put it here, t dot subtract. Why am I getting a compilation error? Because the method subtract from the type test is not visible. That means why it is not visible? Because in the test class, you have created a subtract method as a private method. The accessibility of a private variable or private method is within the class. Outside of a class, you cannot access. Is that valid statement?
yes.
Yeah. So the same thing applies for the interface interface private method also. So in the interface, you have written a private method. Now, how can I access this private method? Within the interface only. So here, that means this method is getting accessed in the add method, add one method also. But can someone override this private method from outside of an interface? No, that is the reason you are not able to access the method. You are not able to override the method. So that means, can I say that now the advantage of a private methods in the interface is to provide the code reusability. The code reusability can be provided with a default method as well. But the problem with the default method is default method present in the interface can be overridden in the class. Whenever you're overridden, the interface method logic will not be executed. That is a problem. But with the introduction of a private methods, it will provide the code reusability. No one can access the private method of an interface from outside of an interface. This private method can be accessed within the interface. Hope you understand, guys.
Yes.
Any other questions? Anyone? Andrew, I hope you have joined little late, but were you present in the previous classes? Yes, Palani, there is a difference between a module and a package. There's a lot of difference. Module is nothing but a collection of packages. If you provide the package name in the module, then only it will be exported. Otherwise, it will not be exported. So anyone else, any questions? Melvin, Venkat, Swati, Vaibhav, Sunil, Solani, Sanjay, Sohini. Any questions so far?
No, Kartik. Fine.
So if no questions, that's all for today, guys. And today we are ending the demo classes for 9 and 11. Whoever is part of the 8, 9, 11 and who are part in the Telegram group. So if there is a possibility of getting a new Telegram group, that I'll be informing you in the Telegram channel. So there you can see the new group. If anyone gets enrolled, you can see the new group, and from tomorrow onwards, you can join using the new new class link. I will be updating in the by today end of the day. I'll post that new group name in the Telegram. Okay. So from tomorrow onwards, by using the new Zoom link, you can join it. Or if there is no change, I will also let you know. I'll just put a comment. Just look for my comment in the Telegram group. For the others, like today will be the last day. You are after this class, you're going to get an email from the Ashok AT. In that email, the previous class links will be there. If you want, you can watch it. And if you would like to enroll for this Java 9 and 11, the fee would be 2,500. If it's a 8, 9, 11 together, the fee would be 4,000. I'll be sharing the notes, and the recordings also will be provided to you, and the recording will access will be there up to 3 months. So if you are enrolling, if you would like to enroll for this, please do the enrollment today itself. And from tomorrow onward, the Zoom link is going to change. Okay. And like the one who are already enrolled for this course, like 8, 9, 11. So from tomorrow onwards, we are going to look at some other features like process API improvements, modularity, try with resource, diamond operator. Those are the changes that we are going to look at from tomorrow. Yeah. So from tomorrow onwards, guys, please be on time, like 9 a.m. So since these are the demo classes, I was just waiting for 9, 10. So as like previous classes, previous 8 Java 8 classes are getting started sharp 9 a.m. right? So I request you all of you to be on time by 9 a.m. We are going to get started with the other Java features. Okay.
Kartik, Sohini here. So from tomorrow classes will be there. You said na there will be some holidays in Scott Special.
No, we'll have a holiday on Wednesday for the Dasara. So we have a holiday on Wednesday. So tomorrow will be class as usual, 4th. Okay. And 5th will be holiday. And then we'll come back from 6th again, like only one day, because it's a shorter time duration of course, right? So if I give holidays again, it will be expanded, right? So that's the reason.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Yeah. So tomorrow you have to join so I'll be sharing whether there is if there is a change in the Zoom link, I'll be sharing that. If there is no change also, that I'll be sharing. Look at the Telegram group and join the tomorrow class based on the new Zoom link. Okay. If no question, that's all for today, guys. Thank you all. Thanks for joining. Have a nice day. And tomorrow I'll be sharing the Java 9 notes. Thank you. Thank you all. Have a nice day.
Thanks, Kartik.